Today we are back on Ghost Lake, although this time for a little bit different of a video, as we take our Subaru Forester on the ice track and race it against another Overland build, Austin's Jeep Grand Cherokee. While we both have all-terrains and all-wheel drive, the slick ice doesn't help as we drift around the corners trying to get around as fast as possible. What vehicle is going to make it around the fastest? Well, you're just going to have to watch and find out. So let's get started. What is up and welcome back everyone to Ghost Lake once again. We are probably doing our final video here because it is officially spring and everything's starting to melt. But as I mentioned in our last Ghost Lake video, we were going to do a little comparison on the track because we didn't get much time on the track. So we're here with Austin again.
Hi.
But he didn't bring the Fiesta. He brought something else. Something that actually we're going to do a little race today. Well, we're not doing door-to-door racing. We're going to do some time trials on the track here. But we're going to check out this track and actually get some good video of the Forester and the Jeep drifting on this track. So much like our last comparison, we're going to actually talk about these vehicles before we go put them head-to-head. So Austin, what do we have here today? Both vehicles, and why are we racing the Jeep versus the Forester?
Alrighty, so it's weird, like we all know Subaru does have a rally history. And then oddly enough, Jeep does as well. So, it's a cool little history lesson here. In the 1970s, in the US Rally Championship, the Jeep Wagoneer, which is kind of the grandfather Jeep to this, was actually raced. It was one of the first four-wheel drive vehicles to be raced in rally. It was actually extremely successful, did win the championship a few times throughout the 70s, despite being a big-ass vehicle like it is. And it's basically indirectly paved the way for what was Audi's successful run through Group B and using four-wheel drive. So while they seem different, they do have very similar history. Jeep obviously isn't known for rallying now, but they definitely were very successful 70s, 80s in smaller, more regional events. And so that's why we decided this would be a good idea, as weird as it seems.
Yes, exactly.
So for differences in powertrains is obviously very different. The Subaru has the 2.5 liter flat 4 engine, which makes 160 horsepower when it was new and 160 foot-pounds of torque when it was new.
This is definitely not doing that now.
No. And it's mated to a 4-speed auto with the Subaru's symmetrical all-wheel drive.
Yeah.
And then the Jeep has a very different engine. It's the 4-liter straight 6, which has been around forever. It makes 190 horsepower and 230 foot-pounds of torque. So this is a later production one, so it makes more power than the old ones, which made less. This is mated to a 4-speed automatic, and then this one has Quadra-Track 2 all-wheel drive, which, like the old 70s Jeep, does shift power to the front as it's needed. So I'll be using it like that. I'm not going to be using it in 4-low to kind of sort of level the playing field. So they both have similar-ish kind of all-wheel drive capabilities. Difference is obviously this is a solid axle truck, so that's weird to race because not many people do it, especially in road racing and rally racing.
Okay, so now that we've met the cars and we already know the drivers, we are going to just talk quickly about the rules that we're going to be using today. So me and Austin both very familiar with autocross. You'll probably be seeing us actually at autocross a fair amount this year, but we are kind of using the autocross rules, so we're going to be doing standing start. We're actually going to be giving us a little bit more of a practice round than autocross because there is no practice. So we'll be able to do 5 practice laps so we can get to know the track. We're going to rock, paper, scissors to see who gets to do the practice laps first.
Yes.
And then we've set a traction board, because why not, way out there, and that is our start and stop line. So to start, obviously it's the front tires, and then the stop are to finish the lap, you just pass it. That's what we'll do. So we're pretty much ready to go, so let's go ahead and jump in some practice laps. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. So you gotta go first then. Both me and Austin used the 5 practice laps to dial in our lines, trying different ways to go as fast as possible. And well, that meant sometimes we were pushing it all the way to 11, spinning out in the process, ensuring that we wouldn't be doing that on our final lap. By the end of the final practice laps, we both had our technique down. For me, it meant keeping one set of wheels in the snow at all times, whether it was the inner or outer apex, and keeping as much forward momentum as possible. And well, there we go. We just finished our 5 laps each. I feel like it's going pretty well. The Forester, me and Austin were talking about what gear we're leaving it in and whatever, and it seems like for me on the Forester, I just put in drive and it's doing really, really well. Where you were saying sometimes it works in, you're doing it in first?
Yeah. I got tall gears, so first seemed to be better, maybe, I don't know.
But just looking at, we did do some timing just to see how it was going, and we're both very close, so it really is up to this final lap to see who's gonna win. I guess we got to decide who gets to go first now, because is it you because you lost rock, paper, scissors, and you got to do the practice lap first? Do you get to go first now?
Sure.
Sure, that's how it's gonna work. Okay, so now it's actual race time. So we had our practice laps there. I think we both feel pretty good with it. We're not spinning out everywhere. We both spun out a couple
times.
Yeah, we both spun out a couple times, but hey, you're racing on ice, that's gonna happen. So yeah, let's go ahead and see who's gonna win.
Can't lose to chasing it.
.44. That was my fastest lap. And well, there we go. It was a close one, only by a couple seconds, but the Forester won, which, I mean, you with 33s and a much higher center of gravity, it did surprisingly well.
Yes.
when I was going for a ride in it, it definitely leans over more than the Forester, but it did incredibly well. And as you guys saw in the footage, it was still lots of fun. It was getting sideways just as much as the Forester. So yeah, there you go. Only a couple seconds faster, but it was all in good fun because that's kind of what we come out here to do. Also, hopefully maybe next season we'll see more of a purpose-built car out here for this kind of stuff, but you guys will just have to wait and see. So that's going to be it for today. If you guys are new here, make sure you're following Flat 4 Off-Road, mine and Austin's company, where we build lots of off-road and overland crossovers. But that is going to be it for today's episode. So as always, peace out and stay humble.